QVC's been around for 32 years now, and we wouldn't be here without you. So we always want to say thanks. Well, it's time right now, as Easy Solutions continues, something that I think is incredibly smart, now at a clearance price of $21.48. I want to ask you, could you go, if I said right now, could you go from inches to feet, centimeters, fractions? Could you convert on the fly? That is just one of the benefits of this tape measure compared to a traditional tape measure. It also has other features that makes it easy to hang artwork. It could be a matter of measuring for blinds. I mean, this doesn't have to be just for the DIYer, but I want you to think about all of the areas in your home where you need an accurate measurement. And you want to not have to memorize everything and not have to chance that you didn't get it right. That's why the eTAPE16 rocks. And it did at a $25 plus price. Now you're saving. Not going to be reordered, so keep that in mind. And I'll go through the colors, and then I'm going to ask Kylie, who's still here hanging out, to show you how this works. So we have it in the blue, the red, there's the black, and then next to Kylie is the purple. The item number is V35167. This is something, when we look at eTape as a whole, we've sold more than 225,000 of their tape measures. So clearly there is a need for a smarter, better way to measure, find midpoints, and the rest.
That's correct. And I don't have to tell you, because I know you're a DIY girl just like I am, that it's really, really important to have a good tape measure. Every single household, every single college dorm, everybody needs a tape measure, whether you're moving, whether you're decorating, out in the garden, just doing things around the house. But the problem is we've always relied on this, and this is just a design that has not changed for well over 100 years. So the thing is, you pull this out and you get to where you're going, and I've always felt like this was like a totally different language. So hard to know, so hard to do the math and figure out. And when you're measuring things, you want accuracy and precision. So we get rid of this old one, and this was created by a naval architect, okay, someone who was working on really big ships with very expensive materials, who wanted accuracy and precision, and he also wanted to be able to convert from fractions to decimals to centimeters. He wanted to be able to find the midpoint, to hold the measurements, to store things. So he created the eTape, and as I pull this out, you see it's got a great big digital readout display, and I know I have accuracy and precision every sinsingle time.
You can lock it down, which is nice. There's a clip so that you can carry it with you, whether it's on the waistband of your pants. I like to just put it in the pocket and then have the clip on the outside so that it's always handy. And it's the sort of thing, Kylie, that I love because it's got the memory built into it.
Yeah.
That if you're taking measurement and you're jotting it down on a piece of paper, or you're just trying to store it upstairs, inevitably you forget about it and then you have to remeasure, or you remember wrong and then you remember the whole thing, measure twice, cut once. If you cut, especially more expensive materials, and that measurement's off, you're up a creek. So that's why I love having a smarter tool that does some of that for you.
For sure.
And this is great for men, for women, for first-time homeowners, for avid DIYers. So let's talk more about how it
definitely.
works.
I love products like that too, because I think I've told you before, we have a construction business in our home. So thank you for grabbing that other end. So it's rare that I bring a tool home where my guy's like, wow, this is super cool, but I can use too. And this is something of that sort. So say you want to create a gallery wall at your house. You want to find that center point of the wall. The outside pictures are always the easiest, but the inside is the tough. So we're doing this measurement right here. A couple cool features on this tape measure. Now it has an inside out feature. So there's an arrow that's pointing this way. I can go ahead, hold this button at the top, and it's going to add the extra 3 inches of the tape measure in here as well. So first and foremost, super cool because I'm not bending it. Then if I want to find the center point, I flip this over and I hold the bottom button down, and it's going to cut that in half for me. So I know 1 foot, 10 inches, and 7/8 is exactly the center of this wall. So I'm not guessing and doing what we all do, putting in a bunch of holes in there and then having to fix them when we're leaving our house.
It's so true. I'm thinking about all of the things that I've measured in the last week alone. I built some of these racks for all of my ribbon and wallpaper. If you've seen some of those on Pinterest, using like pieces of pine and dowel rods and eye hooks. I built some of those this week. I put up some 3D wall panels made out of plant fibers that I cut on a table saw.
Oh my God, I love you.
But those end up being about $10 per panel.
Sure.
And so it's the sort of thing I purchased. I didn't even have the recommended 10% north of what you think you're going to need for a project. I purchased exactly what I needed. I had no room for error just because I thought they were too expensive to overdo it. Here, what you're getting is accuracy in measurement, You're getting memory storage built into your eTAPE16, and then the ability to convert what you're not able to do, most of us cannot do on the fly, or even if we spend a lot of time trying. And you get it all for a clearance price of $21.48. We have 4 colors, and then we're going to talk about the window that's between the two of us here, Miss Kylie.
Yes.
Blue, red, black, and purple. This will not be reordered. It has been so popular for every reason we've shown you so far. And so why are we next to the window now?
So window we want to talk about too, because this is another just standard application at your home. If you're doing something like measuring for window treatments or even just blinds and you measure wrong, you go to the store and that's real money that comes out of your pocket because they're not going to fit. So the cool thing about the eTape is it's a 16-foot digital tape measure, obviously. It can go in here, we can lock it down, and you're not doing what we all do when we get to the corner here, where you take the tape measure and you're bending in here trying to guesstimate what it is, because even if it's off just a little bit, your accuracy is done. This is all about accuracy and precision. So I have it locked down. And then here's the kind of control panel on it, if you will. We have the hold feature, the inside out, 2 different memories, the way to convert it from centimeters to fractions.
Hey, can I ask, will you show me how to commit this to memory?
Yes, absolutely. So, well, first and foremost, I'll do this here. So I want to do the inside out measurement first. So I have accuracy. So I'm holding this in. It's adding those extra 3 inches. So I know that this measurement here, 2 feet, 10 inches, and 3/8. So you have 2 memory features here. If you hit 1, you're going to start in here. It's always going to keep that in here. But what I also like is the hold feature as well. So if I hit this once, say I'm up high and I need to bring it down low, say I'm measuring up high and I can't see what it is, it's going to store that in here for me as well. So that's a nice thing. See how it's flashing? I've let go of the tape measure, but it's still keeping that measurement in there for me.
That's great.
Right?
I love that.
I know.
This is how I roll.
I know.
Honest to goodness, when I'm not at work, I am
true.
most likely to
I've
have
seen the pictures
a
in the
tape
video.
measure on my hip doing something. And so that's why I love this, is because it's not this. I mean, granted, this is better than nothing. This is better than guessing.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is the design just hasn't changed much over the years until eTape came along. It's a 16-foot tape measure, so it's going to work for, I would imagine, every project you need to take on around the house. And it doesn't have to be a major project. This is about even doing the smaller things better in the purple, the black, the red, and the blue. It will not be reordered. You've got a clearance price here of $21.48. The item number is V35167. The whole hour is dedicated to easy solutions. And Kylie, it doesn't get much easier. Just like pushing a button. We love it. Kylie, thanks a million. I should probably give this back to you. Otherwise, I'll be walking around with a tape measure on my hip for the next 9 minutes. Oh, this is good too. You guys, I love anything that makes all of these tasks